Jet sprinting takes small jet boats with high horsepower engines thrown around a shallow purpose-built track with complex routes around small islands. To win, you must be fastest, so don't crash and don't go the wrong way. Round 3 of the New Zealand Jetsprint Championship in Wanaka had plenty of challenge for the drivers. Windy conditions meant visibility was challenging, but in the end it was the same victors in each class. Chris Rasmussen winning his third Group B event with the top 3 separated by just 0.5 seconds. River Rogers narrowly beat John Berry in the MTWLS class. Ollie Silverton took another victory in the Sprint Tech boats Group A. That was over Ross Travers. In Building King Superboat, Sam Newdick knocked 0.8 off his best time in the final run to prevail over Robert White and Rob Coley. So the points after round 3 sees Chris Rasmussen leading Sam Gray by 4 points in the MTW Group B. In MTWLS, River Rogers has a 6-point margin on John Berry, with Dave Hopkins just 2 back in third. The Sprint Tech boats, the Group A, sees Ollie Silverton with a 7-point lead over Ross Travers, with Brett Thompson and Bryce Barron right there. And in the Building King Superboats, Sam Newdick maintains his lead 10 ahead of Dave Simons. Round 4 heads to the North Waikato at Meremere. The track is beside the Waikato River at the rear of the drag strip complex, not far from Hampton Downs. Once again, we're joined by former New Zealand and world champion Leighton Manel. Leighton, now tell us about this track. It offers some high-speed challenges, but also some mixed emotions at the moment, because it could be, the last time in the Nationals?
Absolutely, mate. This has certainly been a great track and brought many really good memories and had some great results down here. It's been a boat wrecker in the past for a lot of people, but it's very, very fast, very technical, a lot going on with it. You're getting a bit of wind, a bit of washback in the faces, and it's very, very quick down the centre. So down that big end baldy, we call it, the bald island, the speed bowl, there's a fair bit going on. So there'll be plenty of thrills, plenty of spills. Keep your eyes trackside.
33 boats over 4 classes ready to rock and roll at Meremere in round 4 of the New Zealand Jetsprint Championships. Bit of a hello, goodbye. How you going? Hopefully on the water, not the green stuff. Like any sport, Jetsprint relies on volunteers to keep the sport running and the crew safe. And before each run, Lou Davenport makes it her job to check that each boat and crew, before they hit the water, are safe.
Hi, my name's Lou and I do the launch ramp for all the New Zealand JSA Jet Sprints rounds, and I've been doing it for 12 years and haven't missed a round. My job is to basically start out by checking each of the drivers and navigators, making sure that their buckles are done up, their seat belts are done up, their helmets are done up, straps at the back, and checking the steering wheels on. Has happened, but they do come off. Once I'm happy that they're both safe, I then do the launch, and in the meantime I'm watching everything else just to make sure that there is nothing going wrong that needs to be kept an eye on. So yeah, a lot of things to be keeping an eye on and checking. Everybody says I must know who all the drivers and navigators are, and unfortunately I don't. They have balaclavas to hair, a lot of sunglasses or helmets, so I've always said if I could pick noses, I'd know who they all were. Most of the time, I haven't got a clue. We've done a lot of volunteer, different organisations. We've been on community patrols, we've done Rally of New Zealand. I say we, my husband is also here. And the people here are just fabulous. It is like family, it is a fantastic sport, and we are volunteers. No money changes hands for us, but you just feel the love and the gratitude that you get from everybody, and that's why we do it, because it's great.
Good skills, Lou. Yes, motorsport, victory without volunteers just wouldn't happen. Right, let's check out the action in the MTW Group B class. In the top 6, Richard Curry couldn't progress to the top 3. What were your thoughts, Leighton?
Oh, just a bad curry, I think we'll put it down to, mate. I'm sure it was.
What about Sam Gray? Next up, NZ1 went straight to the top.
Always a hard charge of Sam Gray, you'll be stoked with that.
And Hamish Clark coming in 3rd.
New pedallers, great to see these new pedallers right up there. What an opportunity, what a day.
And of course the current points leader, Chris Rasmussen, didn't have an answer to Gray's pace. Slow on by just 0.5 seconds. How close was that?
Oh mate, the Taranaki Tornado.
Right, let's get back into the battle for the top 3. Hamish Clark, Vanessa Phillips. First away in the MTW Group B, round 4, Meremere in the Sprint Bowl.
Yeah, getting really about their work now. This is the tricky one here, through the cutting. You've really got to nail that coming through there, and of course they've been at it all day, so it's great to see. Now it's around the sprint bowl. He'll light up and come down the bottom end. Vanessa doing a great job in the side there, so certainly got everything down. For these guys new into the sport, the boat a little bit untidy as he comes through there, but he tightened back up. Hamish gets back on it. Once he got left, he was starting to hook into the job now. Through the split, good looking split. Little bit rough, you can see the water and wake everywhere. Now they start to light up. This is the tricky bit, back through this cutting. Must nail it this time round. Hamish gets it beautifully right. Vanessa, no problems. They'll come round the big baldy, big sprint bowl, through to the finish. What do we got?
57.639. Next up, we've got Chris Rasmussen and Holly Sutherland. Have they got a bit of venom saved up for Meremere?
Oh, it's a beautifully presented boat. This is another full Sprint Tech Peter Cowie package. And of course, Chris and Holly, the Taranaki team, they have been chasing Sam Gray all year, and it's so far been so good for them, but they've got to put it all down here. The big Sprint Tech is getting into its work now. It looks settled on the water. Now they'll come back on themselves. Lovely done. We saw a little bit untidy there just before from Hamish, but not a problem from Chris. He's really getting into it now. The professional Venom machine is going the last time now up the end of the track. It'll come back down. He has to nail this cutting. This is the key corner. Brings it through here at speed. Crackingly done. It can catch you out, but today it doesn't. Chris ran the top of the speed bowl and through to the finish. This looks, brilliant time.
52.049. What a time. What a challenge.
5 seconds at least on what we've seen from Hamish. It's brilliant.
So I tell you what, pressure goes on to number 1 NZ, Sam Gray and Mike Allen. What can they conjure up now to stop Chris Rasmussen making it 4 out of 4?
Well, they got the oldest machine there in there, the old Stinger, Sam and Mike. They're going to have to put everything down and absolutely nail it perfect. Look at that boat. It's trimmed up high in the water. It needs to be up. The bow is right up, so he's got a couple of Coke cans. He's trimmed up the back to get as much height so he can carry as much speed as he can. He needs to nail it, and so far he is. It looks really good. I love the way he's coming through the cutting. No problems with the water, with the spray. Certainly got his best set of blades on board. This time round, he'll start to loop and come back down the course. It's that cutting I talked about. Boat unsettles there, but he gets away with it. Not a problem. Just a little wiggle as he comes into the speed bowl now. Not much left to go, but what's he got left? Can he nail Chris and Holly?
52.3, 3/10 of a second just outside Chris Rasmussen.
How good was that? That was brilliant. What a finish.
Yes, close and exciting, confirming those results. Chris Rasmussen gets the win alongside Holly Sutherland by just 3/10 of a second from number 1 NZ, Sam Gray. Stick around, coming up, we check out the action in Group A and also the LS MTW class. Well, if you love your LS Chevy Motors, this is the class for you, the MTW LS class. And first away from Milton in the South Island, 56, Dave McDermott. Now, Carol is not co-driving today, navigating, so Sage Hay is filling it at the moment for the team out of the south. They've gone south.
Yeah, mate, he's gone south, all right. Now he's turning around and heading back for the ferry by the look of it. But Sage looks like she did her job well, but they've certainly... that'll be sad to see. They've picked up a big lump of weed or dirt in the jet unit. He's trying to clear it, but it's not going anywhere, so it's certainly back to the trailer here, Clint.
So the first of the DNFs in the LS class, MTW. And next away, Matt Nean and Taylor Sutherland. So another changing in the combinations this time as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Normally the daughter's sitting alongside him. But, hey, look, as we saw last time out, Matt Nean has certainly been the big improver. He just comes out last year, first time out on the track, and he's certainly getting better and better every time we see him coming out here. Getting through the track here, not a problem with rotation. Taylor sitting alongside him there, obviously. I've just put the commentator's curse on him, mate. He's done it.
Well, he's from the Central House Movers in Palmerston North. Now he's a Central Water Mover in Meremere.
He's given PSP a really good bit of shot there too.
So another DNF. What a way to start the LS top 6. Dave Hopkins, Jackson Hopkins, can they finish?
Oh, mate, the fugitive, there's no problems here. He'll go straight about his work. Look at the way the boat's settled. It won't be an issue with rotation. Jackson sitting alongside him, of course, his young son. Look at the way he just come through the cutting here. That's what I want to see. That's the sort of I expect from Dave. Ex-Superboat racer. Certainly been a champion in the past, so coming back here with his boy to race the LS class, and what a class to come back to. The boat is trimmed up. He's got the speed going well. Looks really well settled. It's a jet speed hull. Running one of these LS V8s, which you can see in most Commodores or ex-Commodores, you get them down at the wrecking yard. So it's a great class of boat to come down here. The Mike's Transport sponsoring it. Again, through the hardest bit of the track, at full speed, through the cutting, round the speedboat now. They'll bring it through. What have we got?
51.591 for the digger operator out of Belcluth and his son. Also a digger out of Queenstown, another operator. So they've laid down a marker. What can the rest do in the MTW LS class after a couple of DNFs? Now we have a bit of liquid addiction out of Ofonga, Tim Edhouse and Debbie Edhouse.
Oh, look at how well the boat's settled. Little stinger hull. You can hear it revving. And of course, Ofonga Motos. Tim is the mechanic. He's the fireman. He's everything in Ofonga. But look at the way this little LS, and listen to it, Pearl. It really sounds good. He's got his best set of blades in, looks settled. Love the way he's just come through the wish-wash there, through the washing machine. Now he'll head his way down, round the bottom of the circuit, back up. So far, so good for Tim and Debbie. So obviously, they've been through this rotation a fair bit today, and they know when to put it down. This is the cutting. He's got to get through the cutting and not run out of cheese. Or a little bit deep coming in, but he gets away with it. Sometimes that'll catch you, but not today. Round the top of the speed bowl and through. What's he got?
52.370. Not quite quick enough to beat Dave Hopkins and Jackson Hopkins, but knocking on the door. Next up, number 21, Paddy Hayden and Jay Hayden.
The base pro machine. Look at the Mohawks, the green and the pink. Another little stinger hull. And of course, real good friends of the Edhouses. So these guys from Te Amutu absolutely nailing it as he comes through. Been racing in Superboat before. Paddy and Jay, no slugs around the track. So again, coming into this exciting class, bringing them back into the sport. The MTW LS class is the class to be in. And of course, a hard-charging Paddy Hayden is what we're used to seeing, and that's exactly what we've got here at the moment. I'm loving it. There's no problems. Jay's just smashing the old rotation out. You can see the arm working flat out. Here comes the cutting. What's he got? You can't run out of cutting here. No, beautifully. Absolutely tiptoes it through there. You only get a minute chance to get it right, and he gets it bang on.
51.06, so the surgeon and the nurse just cut, about 0.5 of a second off that time so far, so put their nose in front, number 21. 285, River Rogers, Cole Keats, all the way from America, the sensation out of the USA. He's born to go jet sprinting, and he just absolutely loves it. Watch him carve this up.
Oh, listen to that boat. It's a beautiful sounding boat. And of course, the big news of today, of course, one of our top competitors, the Link ECU, John Veery's machine. He blew an engine earlier today, so this is the man that's been chasing Cole Keats from the USA very hard for every track you've gone to. But look at the way this boat handles. It is beautiful. It is an absolute class from Peter Coey, the GFX model, the latest machine. He's just got off the plane and got us in this thing, and it looks like he's flying a plane on water down through the cutting. I can't believe this young fella's come out of here. Absolutely whips through there, round baldy now, through the speed ball. A little bit of a double take there, but he gets no worries.
50.7, he nails it into the top 6, all the way from Super Bowl star, the teenager out of America, into the Meremere Bowl, and he's going to be really knocking on the door for that battle of the top 3. So the results from the MTW LS class after the top 6, River Rogers, Paddy Hayden, Dave Hopkins, they'll go head to head in the big final showdown. Sprinting, Group A boats. Look at the launch coming out of that one there. Michael Stevenson Jane McDonald.
Oh, newbies to the sport, and it's great to see. Obviously, they're getting a bit of confidence. I don't think I've seen them give that thing a squirt yet, and not a decent one like that. So these guys, helicopter pilot, so used to flying. Again, we've got a few pilots here today, but this is a chopper man, and they're out there in another sprint tech boat, Group A, and it's so good to see these guys. They just slowly got quicker and quicker and quicker every event they come to. Great looking package. Jane McDonald sitting in there, working well, not a problems with rotation at all. These guys come from the Wairarapa, and I tell you what, they are making it look easy for newbies, for rookies out here today. The last time we see around Auckland here, the Meremere track, but it is a real hard, sometimes concerning track to come to for your first run, but not a worry at all. A little bit unsettled, a little bit ugly as he came out to the bottom of the washing machine. Now he's got himself back on track. He's got a rattle there by the look of it. Just cost him a bit. He's got to get back on track. Now he's coming down the back. But it's going to blow the time out majorly. Through the cutting, gets away with it.
Yes, disappointing. It's the finals, you can't afford mistakes. That's what they've come up with, the time of 1:16.3. Big learning curve here at the Meremere Bowl. And next up on the water, we've got TNT, Brent Thompson and David Toms.
Oh, the Tomos, Team Tomo, I like to call them, and of course they're in a sprint tech, and they're racing in the sprint tech class. This is a brand new package, beautifully set up, gold, and love the way he's come through the cutting there. Always an aggressive charger, hard charger, Brent Thompson. And this is good to see him have no problems with rotation. The last couple of rounds we've seen him there or thereabouts, right on that podium step. So he's certainly been away from sprinting for a couple of seasons, but he's come back with a brand new package and a brand new hunger to get up that top again. So this looks good, Clint, as he weaves his way up the top of the course through the washing machine here. No worries there. Now he'll come back through this cutting. Nesta now a little bit lazy there, but it should be enough to keep him in there. Should have kept the hammer down, round the sprint bowl, through to the finish.
50.972 for Brent Thompson and David Toms, the Tomos, number 24. That's a good fast time so far in the Group A sprint tech boats in the battle of the top six. Who's going to take the honours though as they head towards the big showdown of the top three? Matty Harrop and Hayden George, what can they come up with in number 22?
The no limits machine, and he'll be thinking it's just about no limiter, he should be calling it, because that revved its tits off as it jumped through the water, through the cutting there. Absolutely must have copped a bit of water in the face. That's where you can't afford to get it wrong, Clint. It'll really get you and catch you and bend your boat into a Coke can real fast. But anyway, Matty's not rattled. He's going to try and keep going. He needs to keep the decent time down, and he needs to keep on track. Hayden George sitting alongside him. They know they've cost themselves a couple of seconds here. What do they got left? He'll be gutted about this, but he needs to get back into it. Get back on the job. He's pulling out of the gas. He's rattled. He's really rattled, Clint. He's trying to get himself right, but it could be all too little too late.
So another one of the teams suffering a bit of disappointment here at the Meremere Bowl. You've talked a bit about over 22 years of racing here. There's been a few smashes and crashes, but disappointing time here for Matty Harrop, number 22. 1:16 was the time for Michael Stevens, and at least they're going to be 1:10, but that won't put them through to the top three. And you can just see how quick everything can go wrong in a split second. Top six, Group A, sprint tech battle continues. Ross Travers, Shane Travers, they've been on the case so far. What can they do with Radioactive?
Oh, beautifully presented machine. Listen to the way it's revving, the way, beautifully through the cutting. That is the trickiest bit to try and achieve. And of course, his son, Shane Travers, sitting alongside him. These two haven't been together in a boat for a couple of seasons now. Shane's been away over in Aussie, and it's great to see him back, but he weighs all that of 30 kgs, wringing wet. And I'll tell you what, these two, the father and son, are making this look easy so far. Not a problem at all. The Stinger in the sprint tech Group A. So the Stinger boat trying to chuck it back at sprint tech. Through the cutting. Ross, an ex-kart driver, no problems at all. Smooth as, round the top of the sprint bowl, and through we'll go.
50.299. Travers were travelling. And beautiful sounding machine too in the Sprint Tech Group A boats, right. Let's clear the air. Ollie Silverton Just sit. They sit number 1 NZ for the reason. They've gone 3 out of 3 so far, and they look smooth and fast in the bowl.
Oh, absolutely. The local yokels, we like to call them the Suntough machine, the Clearview machine, the PSP. This is his home track. He's here and he will chuck everything at it. I'm sure they would have been out here prepping and getting ready for this, but this will be all class. As you can see, she's all wilter, all spray, because look through the split time. The Sprint Tech machine is just absolutely annihilating it. Down the back now, through the hardest bit, through the cutting. Looked like he didn't even turn the wheel, but that is, believe you me, the hardest bit to come round the spring, the bowl, and 48.
48.641. Sub 50. Ollie, ollie, ollie. Oi, oi, oi. They won't say that in Hamilton, but man, he is the boy. So, confirming those results from the top 6 in the Group A Sprint Tech class, Ollie Silverton, 48.6, along with Jess Sit. Ross Travers and Brett Thompson will go through to the shootout. Stick around, coming up, it's the Building King Superboats. Well, we've been building all day to the big showdown of the Building King Superboats, and first away, we've got Rob White and Lisa Glubb, the team from down south. What are they fishing for here, Leighton?
Mate, I tell you what, the Vickers sponsored aircraft, the big twin turbo 434, is absolutely getting into his work. I love it, the big 9-inch jet unit. It doesn't make a lot of noise, this boat, but I'll tell you what, it is all spray. You've got to put it down to Rob. He's the grandfather. He absolutely cooks and hammers that corner out of the washing machine. You saw the boat just about stop there, but look at the way it launches up the end of the track. It is all speed and all looking good. So far, down to the cutting. This is where he's got to balls it out. Not a problem at all. Through she goes. Both turbos wound up, and he'll be into the sprint bowl now. Rob's wanted to lay one down. Oh no, he's shot out the back. What's going on there? That's not good. Rob's got himself in a bit of trouble. Now he's back on track. Lisa's got him through there. That's cost him
59.997. It's another one of those slight mistakes, and bang, it consumes all that time.
I think he caught a crane.
Well, he didn't get the right fish, did he? Didn't really hook up. What about Dave and Millie Simons? Can they hook up in number 99?
I talked about noise and what we just heard from Robert White's boat. This is a Pro-Charge motor. So another one of these beastie things, but listen to look at the spray of this thing and listen to it. Sits lower in the water. Dave, of course, develops this boat. He's built this hull. It's his number 2 hull. He didn't like the way the number 1 handled. Millie, his daughter, sitting alongside him. And they have certainly charged in every event we've seen them go this year. But the Link ECU will be tuned in massively as we see it go up through the washing machine now, back down through the hardest bit of the track, through the kink, and then round through the speed bowl. Dives in early, looks good. Now he needs to wind her up, all the horses he can get. No problems with direction.
50.412, good time for 99. David and Millie Simons. We are wired for the beautiful sound of these big, noisy V8s. Round 4, New Zealand Jetsprint Championships, Aaron Hansen, Julie Hanshanks.
Aaron the fencer, he's a fencing contractor. He usually used to being up there in the hills, but now at the moment he's down here in the old pond and he's doing a good job. These guys right up there, 3NZ before they've been 3rd in the world, so they know how to pedal, and this little 500 cubic inch V8 certainly is chucking everything at it. All I can see is spray, so it's a good sign. Absolutely getting into their work now. This is the busy part of the track, into the washing machine. You can't see anything, but it's a good thing, like I said. The boat is handling. Aaron is trying to get it a good time down. Through the kink here now. He'll hit it beautifully. Absolutely nails it. It's all about staying as straight as you can and ballsing it out. Around the speed bowl.
49.326. That's a good time. That does the business. That puts the pressure on. And away we go. Ruben Hoxseema, Jacob Wood. They've had a few engine problems in the past with that Toyota motor, but hopefully they've got that sorted going into this 4th round of the New Zealand Jetsprint Championships.
Oh, the 6-cylinder super turbo wound up, everything wound up. Of course, Ruben and Jacob absolutely They've 2 cylinders less than everyone else, but this thing, absolutely, they've got to keep it revving and revving hard. But they've got the big 9-inch jet unit. The pump's working well. This track will suit them as it's a big and open and fast. So the 2JZ, what can they do? The team from Manawatu, down through the cutting now. Ruben gets through there good. I thought if anything was going to unsettle what was there. Around the speedboat. He's got to chase down. What's Aaron done? What's Ruben done?
48.4. The 2JZ, and they live to see another day. Good time. Bit of Poison Ivy. Rob and Ange Coley. 1NZ had their big battles, looking to retain the title. And look how fast he's just launched into the Meremere Sprint Bowl here.
Oh, you love it. You talk about building king. Well, here's the king himself. I call him Sir Rob Coley III. He's been third that many times. He's even got up to 1NZ now, so he'd be a happy man. But, gets away with it. Absolutely launches, grabs a bit of island there, but gets across it with the power of that 600 cubic inch V8. Everything is going well here. Ange will be wrapped. He's got one hand on the trophy at this stage. Does he realise this is the top 6 through the cutting? He's still got a top 3 and he makes it round the speedboat. Rob is absolutely chucking everything at it. Mad dog.
He's nailed it, 47.687. The building king man who loves to nail everything. Trying to retain that 1NZ title. We're talking to locals. Sam Udick, Shama Puturanui. They've had a clear view of the Meremere Sprint Bowl in the past. And this team out of Hamilton really has been laying down the marker so far. Sam the man. And he's really enjoying this year's championship because he's 3 out of 3. PSP.
Oh, we just saw his brother-in-law Ollie out in the Group A and unleash the beast. But of course, Sam and Sharma, this will be super quick. He will be looking to grab the Building King nail box and just tip them out and say, follow me. And I think he'll do it right now because this is about where he goes about his work. He just chips away at you, takes a second out of you when he wants to. This is the bit of the track, watch him come down. Look at the split time, it's a cracker. Sam, just like a hot knife through butter. Sam the man, green eggs and ham, as he comes around the speed bowl.
Oh, he's done it again, 46.122. And look at that time again, you're talking about just over a second between them. So tight. So the Building King Superboats, after the top 6, it's Sam Udick still on top, being chased hard by Rob and Ange Coley, Ruben Hoxima, Jacob Wood in there as well, along with Aaron, David Simons and the crew. So the battle of the top 3, it's Hopkins, David and Jackson, as we go back to the LS class and the MTW showdown of the old Chevys.
Yeah, it's a great class. Mike's Transport Warehouse picked a beautiful class to be the sponsor of, because I think these little Chevys, these little LS engines, they're just so close. No one gets away too far on you. Of course, we've seen different hulls we've got out there. This is a Jetsprint hull. Dave Jackson and his son, Dave Hopkins, and his son Jackson Hopkins sitting along beside him there. I mean, a father-son team with a different hull, a Jetsprint hull, coming in here, the LS engine. He got this LS engine out of his riverboat, he was telling me. Threw it in here, around the top end. Once he got left, he's lost a bit of speed coming out of that speed bowl. That might cost him.
51.895. So, not quite as quick as he was in the top 6, just by 0.3 of a second, which shows you how tight it is. Paddy Hayden, Jay Hayden, 21. Next up, time to beat, 51.8.
Paddy would have been sitting there on the ramp, would have been watching that on the big screen. He would have just seen here Hoppy just got a little bit caught up going around that speed bowl. Look at the speed he carries his way through there the first time. That shows me they're really having a go. These guys, Te Mutu, not too far away, been at this track many, many times. The Mohawks are flying. The little LS engines are all the same. All they're doing is changing a set of blades to try and compete really in a different sort of hull. This is a Stinger hull. We saw a Jetsprint before. What's the Stinger got? We know there's a Sprint Tech to come with River Rogers. Now the curly bit through the cutting. Not a problem. A little bit of an extra weave. That'll cost him a little bit of a 0.1, 0.2 of a second. Round the speed bowl now.
Oh, good though, 51.033. And the team from Base Pro, Te Awamutu, that surgeon and the nurse, carving them up. Can they hold on though? That's the big question, because next up we have the superstar from the States, the teenager, pure insanity, River Rogers. We said it from go one. He's got the ideal name to be a jet sprinter. He's not in a river, but he's sure as hell in a sprint machine in this course, and just goes for the clappers.
Oh, you listen to it, you get out of the gate there like a dog shot in the bum, just a double rev, and it just took off and hooked up. And that's Peter Cowie. That's what he builds you. He builds a super class machine. Those blades must be absolutely pinpoint perfect. The pitch that he's done it on. Like you say, all the, cooks that through the washing machine. A little bit of, first time I've seen anything out of River Rogers, not quite perfect. But let's see, I think he's still got the boat speed. He's still carrying it there. The split looks close, but that washing machine has cost him. Through the cutting, what's River Rogers, Cole Keats got? No problems there with the rotation. Definitely better boat speed around that speed bowl through the finish.
Oh, they've done it again. 50.165. So close for Paddy and Jay Hayden. But once again, River Rogers, 4 out of 4, shuts the door. Clean sweep so far here in round 4 of the New Zealand Jetsprint Championships at Meremere. So confirming that result, once again, he gets used to flying the checkered flag in New Zealand. River Rogers gets the win, followed by Paddy and Jay Hayden, and then David and Jackson Hopkins.
Well, another win, River, but the day didn't go exactly to plan all the time, did it?
No, it didn't. I think it was the fourth qualifier. I had a little hiccup. I came around the one corner and just messed up, missed the zigzag through here, and then I came into the one corner frustrated and just overdrove the boat and actually spun it out. And so we learned from it, right? And yeah, now I just know not to overdrive.
4 from 4, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm really fortunate for it, and I'm super lucky to be here, and I just want to thank everyone that got me here. It's my dad and Sprint Tech, everyone that's pushed me to get here, and yeah, I appreciate everyone so much for all the help.
Stick around, coming up, the Battle of Group A and the Building Kings Superboats. What a showdown. Set now for the top 3 of the Sprint Tech Boats Group A showdown. And first away, Brett Thompson and David Toms. What can they do after they did a 50.9 in the top 6?
The boat's name's TNT, and I'm pretty sure he's lit the wick. There's no doubt about it. Team Tomo, they're in a Sprint Tech. They're trying to win the Sprint Tech Boats class, the Group A class, and they're going to throw everything at it, I can tell you that. Brett Thompson, he is a hard charger. Is today going to be a gold moment? We're not sure. The split looks good so far, and it's real good navigation-wise. No hiccups here. This is the bit, the bar split, through the cutting. Oh, it doesn't even lift. So it's the best I've seen him go through all day. He's going to chuck it down. He's going to chuck everything at it.
50.146. He was smooth and fast through that cutting. Didn't even lift off. Just went basically a straight line. So what have the Tomos done? Have they done a time for the winning time in the Sprint Tech Boats Group A top 3 battle? Radioactive. Here we go. Once again, launching into it. Rosh and Shane Travers travelling big time.
Oh, Roscoe Pico train, we call him. He just about needs Flash the dog sitting beside him. But it looks good, radioactive. He's got the best set of blades in there. Now we go to a big screenshot through the top. Look as he comes right up the top into the course and holds it beautifully through the washing machine, back on his wake. But it's not a problem. The little sting-up hull, the radioactive machine, is absolutely chucking everything in it. I love the way this guy steers. He's always good. He's always been right in the middle of the track. Now we get the cutting. Love to see him come through here. No lift. So whatever you've got, Tomo, we've got better. Radioactive round the top now. Through there.
Done it! 48.8. Great time. Great shots from the drone above the Meremere Sprint Bowl here. Round 4 of the New Zealand Jetsprint Championships. Sprint Tech Boats Group A, 48.8. He's laid down a real challenge here now. Sprint Tech Boats Group A. The man of the moment, Ollie Silverton and Jess sit 1NZ. They've been sitting pretty so far. Can they go faster than 48? That's the big question. Great shots. Give you a real good bird's eye view of look at the navigator and how good this course is around the Meremere Sprint Bowl.
It's super fast. We saw these shots there, and we saw how Ross Travis, the Roscoe Pico train, got round here. But this is a brand new Sprint Tech boat, and of course we know 1NZ, Ollie Silverton, Jess sitting inside it. Now they're down through the cutting. This is where they'll go into the washing machine, back on the wake a few times. Look how the boat is not settled, and the way he's beautifully arcing down through the split, through the cutting. Oh, again, super smooth. Ollie and Jess, we've seen a 48 earlier, but I think there's a 47.
No, 48.3, but it's still 0.5 of a second. Too quick for Ross, Travers and Shane, and that makes it 4 out of 4. Ollie Silverton. Checkered flag time in the Sprint Tech Boats Group A battle. He really has been dominating since the first round, and he wraps up the fourth once again here at Meremere. He will be merry too. Time for the old dynamite donuts in the Sprint Tech Boats, the Group A. What a great showdown. What a great day, though. It's never ending.
Yeah, we're stoked, eh? I mean, the plan was to do the clean sweep. We missed it last year and we've got one to go, so yeah, we're hoping to do that this year.
You did your normal thing, you built up, you just kept on going faster and faster, right?
Yeah, and we've always found that, to get the best out of these boats, you've got to push them hard. You've got to know what they're going to do when you're going fast. If you're not going fast and you try and go fast at the end of the day, they're probably going to do something that's sort of going to give you a bit of a fright. So, yeah, full credit to Ross to pull something like that out in the final after he sort of boxes all day. But we know his tricks. He's an old dog and he's been around before, and we know what he's capable of. So, yeah, we certainly weren't resting on our laurels today, that's for sure.
Time now for the Building King Superboats and Richard Burt Jednan. First of the day licenses, so a great chance for them to make the most of coming out. Just race around Meremere later. Oh, onto the grass, onto the island, parks it on the green stuff. What a day license, what a day out. Over.
Richard Burt, he looks like he should be, brother's name should be Joe Dirt. He grabbed every island he could, but that is an excitement machine, that boat. Little 6-cylinder turbo. He obviously lost a bit of lag there, completely missed that cutting.
Gets completely airborne.
Work.
And then parks it on the green stuff.
Richard Burt, he was hoping to be an expert, but he's Joe Dirt.
Now, the action continues. Ruben Hoxemer, Jacob Wood in the Toyota. They'll be wanting to stick on the water.
I love this drone shot, and I love watching this boat. Listen to the turbo 6-cylinder again. We saw Richard Burt's thing get around here. Absolutely quick. He's in the old Barra taxi, but this time we're in the 2JZ Toyota 6-cylinder. Wound up like a rubber band, everything going. Ruben and Jacob, and he's muffed it. Absolutely blew it in the washing machine.
Hasn't parked it on the green stuff, but he's parked it right in the middle of the Meremere Bowl. Have a look.
Oh, this is great on board. Here we go. Listen to the boat. This is where it gets a bit of dirt. Off.
Just gets sucked in. So, disappointment for a DNF.
Oh, cut back off too much. I hope I've checked in okay.
So that means with the two DNFs, it gives Eric Werner out of the USA a chance to get, well, basically into that top three and a place on the podium. All the way from the USA. All these, teams warming up for the Worlds next year, Leighton.
Oh, yeah, it's great to see. I mean, he's got off the plane and, of course, pilot himself, flying those big jumbo jets all the way across from America, but he gets himself and sits a brand new Sprint Tech GSF from Peter Cowie, and this is what we've just seen from River Rogers, who's also in a brand new one of these crafts. They're all coming here getting ready for the Worlds, but look how well these boats go and look how well these guys are driving. This is unbelievable. These guys look like they've been in this machine for 4 or 5 seasons. No, they've only been in here. This is his second run in it. Here all day, through the cutting, the hardest bit of the track. Is it going to be a jolly day for Jolly Rogers? Let's just see what they're going to put down. This could be one hand on the trophy.
Well, it jolly well is 47.791. So Eric Werner, Tina Huff. At the moment, they've got a place on that podium because the other two have had DNFs, so well done, all the way from the States. That makes the trip worthwhile. They've been flying. Check out the colour of this machine, Poison Ivy. Rob and Ange Coley, can they do the business?
The Mouth Fresh machine. I tell you what, Building King. It used to be Mouth Fresh, now it's Building King. You're right, he swapped it out. He's got that many boats. Rob and Ange Coley, 6 super boats, all sprint techs. But I tell you what, Mad Dog, Rob Coley and Ange Coley will be absolutely chucking everything at this. All the nails, all the hammers you can think of. The Building King himself, Sir Rob Coley III, is winding up now. The 600 cubic inch beast. I love the sound of this boat. Looking at the aerial shot, he's got no worries at all with the rotation. Ange is just hanging onto the seat. She probably doesn't want to look what Rob's up to, but I'm picking it to be full throttle. It certainly looks that way. What's Rob got? We know he can do it. Current NZ1, down through the cutting. He'll chuck it at it. Oh, gets away with it. I even took a gasp myself around the speed bowl. What have we got?
46.649. Building King Superboats in a super time by Rob Coley and Ange Coley, number 1 NZ. Great shots. But this is the guy that's in great form. Sam Udick, number 50, Shama Puturanui, did a 46.1 in the battle of top 6. Can they do it again?
We've just seen Rob Coley, Rob and Ange throw down a 46. Sam would have been sitting on the trailer. He would have just taken a little bit of a gasp. He's a real true professional. Another NZ champion that's been around the tracks for a long time. And of course, in a true blue sprint tech machine. Matching the same size engine as what we just seen Rob and Ange Coley out with. But this guy, Sam the Man, Green Eggs and Ham, is super, super smooth and super calm. Every time he gets to a final, he just makes it look so easy. And look at the split time. Just not a problem. Doesn't put anything wrong. This is it. The cutting. Local man, local track. Wiggles the boat, but it won't unsettle at all. Winds up now. The big PSP craft comes through.
Oh, 45.2. He's broken the 46 barrier and he leaves them in his wake. Super Sam, super time, takes out the Building King Superboats. Round 4 at Meremere, and it's thumbs up for this team. Great performance.
Sharma's clapping. She's got the Palmer out. It looks brilliant. Sun Tough, GJ Gardner, PSP. What a race. Look at that emotion.
And you know you've done a great time when they're actually clapping themselves because they feel like they've done something absolutely superb, and they have, as they fly the checkered flag once again. Sam Udick, Shama Puturanui, number 50, and they get the job done with a 45.2 over Rob Coley and the rest.
Eric Werner, all the way from America, gets himself a 3rd place. Wow, he's going to go home a happy man too.
Sam, a winning run, which absolutely smashed what you'd done beforehand. Did you know you had it in you?
Oh, we knew we had a 45 in us. I didn't realise it was going to be a low 45 like that. Our previous run were 46.1 or whatever it was, and the crew said, what's left? And I said, I think there's a high 45 in it, you know. I probably need to grow up here and charge through some parts where I was backing off and then maybe tidy some things up. But getting halfway around that rotation, I thought, oh, we're on here, because every little niggly part that we struggled with, we just nailed. So, yeah, when we came back and we heard it was a 45.2, and I thought, bugger it, there's a 44 in that. But, you know, we'll never find out, unfortunately. But, hey, it's the result we're after. And, yeah, it was just full credit to our team.
And stick around, coming up next time, the final showdown in wonderful Wanganui.